And our winning number is 14, 29, 40, 49, 51, and the mega number is 17. If this number matches the number on your card, you've just won $1 million. Call the number on the back of
I won a lottery!
That's great.
Hey, boss man! I won a lottery!
That's terrific. Congratulations.
Shut up! I quit!
Here you are, Mr. Jordan.
Appreciate it!
Hey, babe. What are you doing home so early?
Son, this is a residential street. Do you know how fast you were going?
Donovan,
Sorry, sir.
I've won the lottery.
What?
And you quit.
Hello, everybody. Circuit Main here. I'm obviously high on beer. I'm high on.
He's so high.
I'm obviously already gone, but anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brony Show, episode 371, where we had the same intro since episode 15 because I can't be bothered to update it.
Also, it's a classic by now.
Well, it's a classic because I won't update it. It's almost like getting the little Sega if you started up a freaking PS4 game. It's kind of like, why? You gotta update.
You mean the original Sony thing of the bong?
No, I meant Sega.
No, he meant Sega.
I meant
All
Sega.
right.
I knew where I was shooting. But hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brony Show, episode 371. I am Circuit Main. Of course, I am not here by myself, as you can tell from the random interruptions and constant cavalcade. Of course, we have a wonderful panel of Bronies here, and we're here to bring you all the fun silliness for the Brony community for this week. In fact, this week we're going to go back to a classic that we haven't done in a few months because series finale, a few Quest Your Girl specials, some podcasts, and not podcasts, panels, podcasts. What's that thing where you go to where a bunch of bronies show up and you spend way too much on merchandise and Conventions, yes. Conventions were involved too. And if you can't tell, I already kind of pre-gamed here a little bit, but anyway, let me get into that. We are doing Derpy Board Tags, and I thought it'd be fun to be a little buzzed out. So I already drank a giant can of Heineken. I got a second one standing next to me. However, we'll get to something else there in just a moment. Let's go ahead and introduce the panel that is here at the moment, though more will be showing up later, I believe. We, of course, are joined, if you couldn't tell, by the awesome, deep, loving voice of the artist that we all know and love. And you love him, I love him, we all love him, except for Toa, because it means that he can no longer be second in command, though Toa is more like fifth in trash.
Hey, I love Blinked as well, and Fluttershy agreed with you.
I'm going to go and mute my phone now as we introduce Blinked.
Good segue there, boss.
Thank you.
I don't think my voice is all that deep anyways. Anyhow, hey peeps, how you doing? Welcome back to the Shenanigans. Hey, I'm stretching at the same time. This doesn't work out well.
And we are also joined by Tex Stallion.
Hey.
And we also have, of course, you couldn't tell, Toa.
I'm annoying, but I'm fun.
Sure.
Right. And we also have, from the Otaku Ascended, the illustrious man of animation, the wrestling fanatic of wrestlers everywhere, the one man to bring you your Saturday morning cartoons. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that other guy off on the Otaku Ascended, so we got Suki instead.
You know I don't have to spend my Mondays with you.
I'm kidding. We, of course, have Suki, who is the bread and butter of the Otaku Ascendant, and we love him every single time he is here. Please don't leave.
No, sorry. I'm actually distracted because I still need to finish up the event in Destiny.
Fair enough. But yes, as mentioned, we are here to bring you all the silliness of the Brony community for this week. Let's see. Okay, sorry. We're a little distracted because unfortunately we've had some issues with our chat room today, mostly due to the fact that unfortunately our IRC chat is completely bonkers. There is some recent theories floating around, and we are looking into this. But at the moment, our chat is split up between mostly Twitch. Actually, we got a lot of Twitchers, but there are some YouTubers in here. But I'm keeping an eye on all of it. So we got Twitcher, we got Twitch chat, YouTube chat, some IRC. Some people got into the IRC. I at least got into the IRC. But we still have our chat rooms up so our live audience can comment on the silliness. And as I mentioned, we are going to be bringing you Derpy Boru tags, which is a fun little thing that Cold Dust actually started several months ago.
Almost a year now.
And of course, hopefully he'll be joining us in a little bit for that. But first, let's go ahead and address a few different things. There is a special event that's going to be going on for the show because I've actually been holding off on this since the 1st of November. Now, some of you will remember when I was talking about my trials and tribulations over at Ponyville Cider Fest, I managed to procure a blood red ale, or double blood red ale, no less, called Nosferatu, Fluttershy themed, from Pixel Kitties. I let this sit on my shelf for a couple more weeks to allow it a chance to ferment, make sure that it had plenty of time to be a proper ale before I chilled it up. And currently, I have it right here in front of me. And first thing that we're going to do on the show, 15 minutes in, or actually not even 15 minutes in, it's 15 minutes when we were supposed to start. 7 minutes in. 7 minutes in, I'm going to pop the top. And we're going to taste Nosferatu for you live. Of course, just to give a little bit of heads up on this, this was a special bottle that they had, only 50 of them in Cider Fest. The majority of them were given away during the beer share. However, I actually got this bottle special from Pixel Kitty directly from her and her booth when she was in the vendor hall. And if you're listening, Pixel Kitty, thank you so much for the awesome brew here. And I can't wait to taste this. So without further ado,
Good.
It's good. Yeah, it's nice, light. It's definitely an ale. There's no question about it. Kind of tingles on the tongue a little bit, but it goes down really smooth. It's not harsh at all. It's nice. So, yep, I'm going to drink this Nosferatu as we go. But it's really good. So thank you, Pixel Kitty. This was delicious. I love it. And I'm also going to be drinking another Heineken because I'm going to get myself nice and buzzed for the Derpy Border text because we're going to need it.
Honestly, if you do the total drinking game for about half an hour, you should be nice and buzzed.
If I do it for 5 seconds, everybody would be nice and buzzed. Doing it for half an hour, we'll all die. However, there's also another reason I'm drinking, but we'll get to that in a moment. Then I'm also kidding, by the way. But let's go ahead and warm up our vocal cords. And this is going to be very important. So I'm going to do this really preemptively. Toa, shut the hell up. Sorry, I don't mean to be crass about this, but I do want to make sure that we give absolute attention and allow somebody to speak their mind here, if they so choose. I could be wrong. They could have changed their mind and not notified, but of course, we are going to warm up our vocal cords, talk a little bit about our daily lives, whether the good or the bad, and we're going to do that with a little bit of What's Up, Brony? So, I suppose the question to ask is, what's up, Bronies?
If you don't mind me taking lead now, unfortunately, I do have to break all the honey hurrah jokes thing. Unfortunately, in my personal life, Those who do not know, because I haven't been on the show in a while, I don't share a lot of things with the majority of the show. Me and my fiance, Graffiti, have a godson. Unfortunately, that becomes a was. This last Friday, a little man passed away on us, unfortunately, due to complications during surgery.
Oh.
I haven't gotten much detail on him on the show before, but a lot of the guys from the personal chat, like D and them, know him very well. Or know
By the
him
way,
very
we
well.
didn't even know you
Toa,
had a
Toa,
fiance.
Toa, Toa! Toa! Shut it!
Thank you. I might go into detail about Little Man eventually here on the show sometime, but it won't be during the show itself. Me and Graffiti are doing more or less okay. We've got our friends. I've got Josh. You know, she's got her friends. We got the guys as well. I will be posting a picture of a small thing the guys did with me on FF14 a few days ago when we found out it happened. But other than that, like, we ourselves are doing all right. But if you do have any prayers and things to give it, like, try to give it towards Little Man's mother, because right now she's not doing well at all. There's a lot of family issues going on with her side of things, so if you have any like spare, prayer to give and whatnot, throw it her way if you can help it. Other than that, that's all I got to say on these. One of these days, I'll probably try to talk about Little Man himself on the show proper, so you can kind of understand why it was kind of like as big as it was when we lost him. Like, I will preface this with he has always been a sickly child, but he's always been like a champion about it, if you can get my meaning. But I said I'll go into detail on that some other time later. But till then, like I say, throw some prayers his mother's way and whatnot, and hopefully she can try to recover from this. It's not going to be an easy task for everybody involved, but she definitely got it worse all than everybody else here in the situation. And that's all I have on that one. Sorry to break the thing, but
And Blank, just to kind of let you know, this is coming from a guy that at least probably once a week or so, I have to talk to a mother or father that just lost their kid probably 24 hours prior to me talking to them. Yeah, it's basically, it was very, very big of you to come out here and talk about this, even this much. And just, whatever time you need before you can, to basically get back from it, just take it.
Mm-hmm. You have our thoughts. You have our prayers. Well, his mother, really, but.
And
like I said, like we've got it. Like I said, we've got each other. I've got my friends here, but just his mom's really gonna need the help.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a rough deal for her.
I'm dealing with a mother who lost their son about 3 months now, and it's getting better, but yeah, it doesn't get good.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the word easy. Does not. There's no. It doesn't belong here.
No. Yeah, easy is not a phrase in this. It's just a thing of life happens. You just got to deal with it and hope to move on from it.
Let's not stay on this too much. Like I said, we're here for some fun shenanigans, but
Yeah, I understand.
Real world happens.
Yeah.
Real world happens. Unfortunately.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on here a little bit. Anybody else want to try to follow up on that?
Well, I'll tell you something stupid that happened Tuesday.
I guess we can't stop you.
Basically, right before I was almost done with
Oh, look, I stopped him. Oh, crap, I don't think he's noticed yet. You're supposed to laugh faster than that, I gotta admit. Okay, he's still not back yet.
That was both mean and sneaky as shit.
At the same time, though, I think we all needed
funny.
a little bit of the laugh. I'm sure he'll forgive us if he ever comes back. I think he's still going. He has not come back yet. He's still in the little. I don't know if he came back.
Oh, excuse me. I had a beep and something flashed on my screen before I noticed that. But yeah,
beep.
Some drunk idiot decided to drive into a pole outside my work, and we had no power for the rest of the day.
Oh,
Oh,
Bastions.
Wow, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I was doing
Man.
inventory because I just finished putting up truck,
Oh,
and it was freaking cold outside. So,
no heater.
So it's
Fun.
cold outside.
the inside was fine because kitchen and whatnot.
At least until all the heaters started to go out.
Oh yeah, no one worked third shift, but yeah, that was my Tuesday last week. So fun.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I guess
Yeah,
I got a little bit of what's up, Brony, on my part though, and it's not exactly great. What's up? I have been working on my writing challenge for the month. Unfortunately, I have caught up a little bit to it. I got about 10,000 words, 3 more chapters in on the story that I'm writing. None of it's been really proofread or edited, so it's probably a garbled mess. No, only
Don't worry,
problem.
I'm willing to help.
I know, but I need to get it actually hammered out first and try to get 50,000. So I actually mapped it out earlier today, and I'm going to need to do about 3,000 words every single day since last Sunday. So I'm already behind by 2 days because today also, unfortunately, circumstances at work kind of destroyed my ability to want to work on the story, let alone work in general. But that's a whole nother kettle of angry fish. Hopefully that won't happen
Very
again.
angry fish.
I can imagine. There's a lot of little
You
angry
can
stuff
imagine,
in
but you have no idea.
No, like I kind of wish you would go into detail how hard it is.
Honestly, there's a lot to unpack there. Let's just say that I'm happy for the change I have in my new job, so much so that any attempt to try to bring me back into my old position, which it has not been abated yet, people are trying to drag me back to my old position, is being met with fierce opposition and a lot of anger, because I'd rather quit than deal with another year of being on those phones, let alone another minute on those phones. But let's just say hopefully the worst has passed and I'm not going to have to worry about it anymore. But I'm hoping that this is the worst. All I can do on that. But yeah, stress, anger, rage. I'm behind already 6,000 words. So I'm gonna have to get cracking this whole week or two if I want to try to meet my 50,000 goal. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but I am going to try my earnest. However, also because of that, I didn't get the artist challenge done for this week. So my apologies. I didn't get to create till playing a set of bongos under the table, which honestly would have been kind of funny. Actually, that would have been hilarious. Just give them a bongo set under the tables. And I did just post a picture here. This is the picture that we took in Final Fantasy XIV. This kind of our way to commemorate his Blank's loss, and in the best way that we can, since a lot of us are all over the country and can't exactly come over here and drink beers with him.
Oh yeah,
And some of us don't drink.
Some of us don't. But basically, all that is right there in the bottom is everybody's in our group's main character, main characters in their games. The very left is our buddy Tiger. That's D right there. Is the rabbit right next to him. There's Horror right there beside me. My character in the middle there, right in front of the gravestone. Comet Starshot's character to the side of me. Mike and I's is the big dude with the big bow. His friend in the game there, and on the very end there on the right, there's our buddy Circuit. And I was very, very thankful for them all coming out to do that little thing.
Anyway, that's a little bit of what's going on in my What's Up, Brony. Anybody else have any other quick What's Up, Brony to throw in there before we go ahead and talk about what's really up with Bronies? I didn't think so either.
That's silly.
All right, so you want silly? Let's go ahead and do this. All right. So some of you have already been informed of what current going ons in My Little Pony. If you haven't, let's go ahead and introduce this properly. Hasbro has revealed a new show called Pony Life, which will be basically Generation 4.5 and used as a bridge between 4.0 and 5.0. This will be a kind of a combination of toys as well as little animation snippets and shorts that will be showing on Discovery Family beginning next year. Now, I do want to point out right off the bat, this is 4.5. This is not 5.0. This is going to be a short thing. This
So,
is not...
so Circuit, is Scooter going to show up and want to party?
Oh,
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Honestly,
we all knew it was coming.
I'm not sure if I kind of want that or not. Now, so yeah, this has been announced, and it was also announced with a basically a commercial. Now, I thought this article that I grabbed here had the commercial in it. I was horribly wrong. Give me a quick second here.
Also, apparently they did leak this a little bit early. At least Spike's design.
Yeah,
on
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to mute this because, unfortunately, not due to Kappa, but to Kappa right.
Yeah.
There's a joke there. Some people are aware of the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, no, I don't want full screen. I wanted to not default view. There we go. Bring it a little bit smaller. Basically, yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, it had a song going on. You got to see them wiggling around. And then suddenly, this. We got to see little animated sprites of the main six, and immediately the internet blew up. I actually watched it in real time. It was quite interesting. So, if you couldn't tell, we have currently Applejack, which actually has her hat, so credit to that. We have
Yes.
Pinkie Pie, probably on the highest she has ever been in her life. No, seriously, that Pinkie Pie image was something else. I almost kind of want to see this just for the Pinkie Pie. We have Fluttershy, who's also completely high on something. And there's a wacky waving inflatable arm Fluttershy now. And the joke that everybody is getting out with Rainbow Dash here, the mane is weird and she has no teeth. Because actually, in all honesty, if you look at how everybody else looks in her, for some reason her teeth doesn't show. And let's take a look at the chat room. 5 bags of sugar. She's on 10 cups of coffee and 3 bags of sugar. Oh. Shell has clearly written jokes and dialogue. I'll watch it. Neat picture. Yeah. So we got a few comments here already.
Well, in all honesty, it's not the worst that could happen.
Oh.
We have seen far worse.
Well, let's actually address into this a little bit more. Now, there's 3 different concept images that we have seen at this point. We have the press release images, which are, let's face it, they're going to be dulled up to hell. So they look really smooth. They kind of have a light glow to them. They look really, really good. In all honesty, they actually look really, really good. You have the promo material, which a lot more hard-lined. There's a lot more outline to the characters. Their outlines completely in black. A lot more animated, jumbly. And then we have to remember that these are toy commercial animations that we're seeing. And if to address it, a lot of you probably remember Twilight Sparkle flying to the castle. You probably remember the weird stilted images that we kept making fun of that they used for basically every little bit of merchandise for the longest time. Basically the My Little Pony vectors.
Yep. Which, in all honesty, that was Celestia, but you make a very good point.
It's not just Celestia, it was a lot of them.
No, I mean the Fly to the Castle one.
But no, even Twilight had her fly to the castle moment.
Yes, she did.
Let's see. You know, I could probably do better than that, but I'll try throwing this one out here. But yeah, just the weird stilted images. They didn't look quite right. They're a little off. So basically the question ultimately becomes, what is this? So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. This is a special. This is something that's happening. We're going to have to accept that part. And
Some people are going the Teen Titans Go route.
That is pretty much a lot of people jumping on the Teen Titans Go, immediately on Teen Titans Go. And I can understand that. The thing is that we also have other things like this that have done better.
Unikitty?
Unikitty. Unikitty being a big one. So, here here's something that we need to take away for the moment. I'm just gonna lay this flat, as I keep saying over and over. I think the beer is affecting me, so I'm gonna have another sip. Beer. Right now, this is just a slice of life. It looks silly. We have not seen any animation. Granted, yeah, it does. There's a lot of volumes that scream Teen Titans Go, but it also screams a lot of other shows that do the same animation style and do it well. What we need to just relax on is we don't know what we're getting. It's going to have the same voice actresses and actors, so that's good at least. And it could be good. It could be horrible. It may not be bad at all. In Equestria Girls, we thought the worst. We thought this was going to destroy all of Pony as we know it. Unfortunately, all it gave us was a horrible cursed image here that I just managed to find.
Yep. Also, I have a little review from Equestria Girls back in 2013, and wow, I did not like it.
Yeah, I noticed. But the thing is that Equestria Girls eventually grew with us with time, and we learned to accept it. Yeah, we enjoyed the ponies a lot more than Equestria Girls, but we weren't exactly setting studios on fire every time an Equestria Girls special came out. And
what is that abomination?
That's just my point. It's not a very good point. It's a scary point.
Because image
but it's
lives.
a point. The thing is, it's just going to tide us over into Generation 5, and it may not be all that bad. And in fact, a lot of bronies have started to embrace it a little bit. Of course, they embraced it in silly ways with some really silly shorts that we will be seeing for the video segment, as well as doing other characters or even their OCs in the pony life art style. So, ultimately, my takeaway for the moment, give it a chance.
Also, some people
let's take a deep breath. Let's wait for it to happen. Give it a chance. And then if it ends up being horrible, then we can start to judge with pitchforks and torches. But it may actually be pretty decent. And instead we will just kind of meh it and maybe make the few odd jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my takeaway. What do you guys think? Those of you who have actually looked into this.
Honestly, it is up in the air, and I wait to see it. However, I will forever praise Spike being the best designed out of all of them.
Spike looks like a girl.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, so in other news, apparently a very effeminate looking Spike is exactly what Toa wants in life. So now we have a Toa Spike, female Spike, Barb. Toa and Barb shipping.
You realized I have been pushing for good dragons all the time. So
also, Circuit, you do realize you just insinuated Toa wants to get with Fuda Barb.
I know exactly what I did.
I don't care.
And I'm pretty sure Toa's the bottom.
I can always think myself to be on top.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
You know what?
I have a very good idea what you're talking about, but I don't care.
I don't know if we want to actually push on this. Okay, yeah, a lot of
weird joke. Move along.
Moving on. Okay, yeah. The only thing is, people are wondering where the hell is this wings. Well, this is promo art. It may be that they made this initially. Actually, that's the funny thing. Now that I think about it, Spike did get his wings rather recently. Spike got his wings rather recently on the Wild Pony Show. Moving on, but apparently the Spike was actually accidentally revealed already on Instagram last month, over at the Hasbro Instagram. So there's a chance that the Spike concept was made before the wings actually existed. So I'd say don't worry about the wings until it's actually there and we don't see it again.
Also, it could just be the angle.
No, there's no angle here.
There's no angle here.
But let's go ahead and move on here. I think that's enough of Pony Life. Unless, actually, no, wait. We only got Toa's opinion. Anybody else want to throw in there? Tech?
I will judge the episode only when I have seen it.
All right, and Suki?
Pretty much same thing. Just let it happen first, and then cast judgment on it.
There we go. Yep.
Sorry.
It's basically like it's basically like going into any season of anime. You look at the show's premise. You You know, you might think, oh, that doesn't look all that great. But then you actually give it a chance, and it's like, oh, okay. They actually pulled something off pretty good here.
Yeah, like Banana.
The hell was that from again? I can't remember.
It's literally a show called Banana.
Oh, okay. Then I just managed to never see it.
Probably not, but if you did, you'd never forget it. Cats and Bananas.
There's a lot of anime.
It's Cats and Bananas. Moving on. BabsCon has actually done... normally I don't announce the guests that are going to different conventions, but this one is a little bit special in a fun way. And it also shows that the conventions are expanding a little bit in their guest appearances. This one, they got Gray DeLise Griffin as one of their special guests.
Delisle.
Give me a break. I'm hopped up on beer.
You're talking about
Princess Azula.
Yeah, and that is the current Daphne voice, like the one that's always doing Scooby-Doo movies now.
Yep,
I think so.
Roles include Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Asajj Ventress, and Padme Amidala in Clone Wars. Mandy in Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Lana, Lola, and Lily Loud in Loud House, and Daphne Blake in Scooby-Doo since 2000.
Yeah, she's been Daphne for quite a while.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So the funny thing is that she has not actually officially voiced in any official MLP shows. However, she actually was the voice actor of Derpy in Epic Rage Time.
Yay, fandom!
So, in essence, she is kind of, she's going to be an official voice actress that was in a fan animation and is going to be at BabsCon. So, how crazy is that? So, yeah, that is actually going to be happening at BabsCon. So, it's getting exciting to see what they're going to be coming out with now for guests. Definitely a really
not limited.
You can't limit yourself, man. Not now.
Yep.
Not ever. Now, for the writing challenge, second week, A Bag of Vicodin has posted 5 things to keep in mind while you're writing. Of course,
repost.
It's a repost from 2016, but it's still important to know. So, 5 things that you should remember when you are writing. The first thing is the setting. Make sure that the setting of your story is correct. You know, you gotta make sure if it's a drama that you're very descriptive. If it's a comedy, you can go ahead and be a little vague on things. But you gotta make sure the setting is correct and accurate, especially for the tone that you're trying to set for the story. 2, make sure your characters are correct. Having Fluttershy there, suddenly jumping around, unless it's reason for the story, having Fluttershy there jumping around and doing weird and crazy silly things doesn't quite add up. But also make sure that they have a presence. If Fluttershy is in the library, just make sure that she's actually noticed in the library and not just kind of sitting there off in the field. Fluttershy was there, and then you don't mention her for another 5 pages.
This is why I told you last time round, describe more.
Number 3, the point. Make sure you keep to the point. If you start talking about how the desk was made of mahogany that accelerated space-time and started bending the fabric of reality and also developed warp fields that were used in starships, you might have forgotten about the fact that you're actually talking about Twilight writing in her shipfic folder again.
Actually, that still fits.
Well, it depends on the story, but you get my point.
Well, you know what I mean. If Cole's playing, you know he would do that.
Moving on. Number 4, the ending. Make sure you have an ending in mind of how you want the story to end. Writing lots of details, lots of fun things is always fun, but if you don't have a proper and good way to wrap it up, it can destroy a story. I'm kind of bringing into mind Game of Thrones, which it was an incredible and thrilling story that captured the entire nation for several seasons, and the ending kind of fell flat for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's mainly because they said we don't want it to be predictable, so wee!
Being predictable and just kind of writing out of the cuff of your ass because you're on a toilet seat does not count. But you have an ending in mind. And also, your audience. Make sure that you're engaging your audience in the story. Yeah, you might want to actually read this in a little more detail. I didn't quite understand it either.
Basically, if you're having fun with it, what would make the audience more interested?
Basically, just make sure that you keep your audience engaged. You might be able to write in incredible detail about how this wonderful engine of ponydom actually accelerated him to the space age. But if you get to the point where you're spending three pages describing how the engine clicks whenever you start it up, you might be boring your audience to death. Just remember,
Tolkien does this, but
just remember your audience does read this, and keep your audience in mind. Moving on. Be sure, if you want to get more details, be sure to go ahead and read the notes. It's in the show notes. Issue 84 of the My Little Pony comic has officially released. This has Ocellus stepping into the limelight as she and her classmates are tasked by Twilight for the midterms to creatively express what they've learned about friendship. And Ocellus decides she's going to do a special friendship project with her ability to transform, which ends up sending her hurtling into the nullity of space-time, transforming into so many crazy people, and basically losing her shit like Twilight does. In fact, it's kind of fun because you get to see Twilight actually playing a lot more of a Mensa role, and even using the fact that she becomes a neurotic Twily Nana's wreck whenever she gets a little overstressed or overworked on something, and actually use it to benefit Ocellus. So it's actually really good. I like the story.
Yeah, it's a very good read.
But yeah, pick it up. And finally, over in the Brony community, we have Dead Tree Studios, Eccentricity in Gaming. They recently announced the release of their final core rulebook. Just to give people a heads up on this, these people have created several different books based around the Fallout Equestria universe. I have 3 of them so far, maybe 4. I'm still missing a couple. Well, I'm definitely missing the new one, Gilded Cage. But I got the big ones. I got the huge ones. In fact, Blank saw it. I had that one that had the safe cover on it, and it was like giant. Blanked? I think I killed it.
Does.
Okay. But yeah.
Sorry, we're
You're all right, buddy.
No, it's okay. I get it. Well, we're chugging right along here so we can get to the good stuff. I'm sure everybody is excited for. But yes, they have released all of their core rulebooks. So if you want to be able to run your own Fallout Equestria campaign, which Fiora the Tank Girl actually uses these books to do her campaigns, so they have been tried and tested. You can buy these books from their official site or from the conventions if you see them there with the books. They have 6 of them, along with 2 digital copies of, I can't remember what they're called, honestly, but I think one of them is like a Changeling Guide and the other one's something else. But they currently have all the core books released. They are currently looking into releasing racial expansion books now. But along with that, they're also working on other different RPG or games that people can play, so you may want to check that out. But along with this, for the next little while, they do have a special sale going on for the next 2 weeks, in fact, where you can buy the physical books or digital books or bundles for a percentage off over at their website. So yeah, you may want to check it out, especially if you are intrigued by this in any way, because it's a good chance to buy them. By the way, it looks like it's Bat Ponies and Changelings that are the currently they're just digital copies, but you can still get those, which is cool.
Given the fact that Fallout Equestria started at the start of season 2, there's a lot of stuff there.
I'm not sure when it started, but people have definitely been grabbing onto it and enjoying it, so it's worth a look at. People have been enjoying this. And with that, that is the show notes. Well, no, not the show. It's the news of the week. Now we have the fan submissions of the week. Of course, the art and writing challenge was "What's Under the Brony Show Bar?"
Hold on, I'm posting it.
Of course, well, we do have a couple of other entries, not just you. But we also have the protest initiative challenge post that was given to us by Crazy Mac Captain, but of course, as normally at the behest of Coal Dust. And they always come on to talk about it.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, guys, your protest initiative challenge.
I'm still working on mine because you have unleashed something horrible.
Sounds like he's late with his, so he doesn't get any points.
I don't care.
Well,
I'm doing it for fun now.
He gets a minus half a point for being late. So, Coldust, what was the protest initiative challenge?
I actually don't know because I wasn't here. Oh, a goose.
It was
stealing or eating a treatment.
Yeah, the treatment.
And all I can think in this situation is Rick and Lake, Rick and the Lake, Rick and the Lake.
All right, and we got so far one art entry and one very big story, in fact, written by Vaguely Creepy.
No, here comes VC.
It's a good story.
It looks like a very good story, and we are going to probably have to have somebody read it, but first let's look at
I can do it. I've already read through it once. I'll do it again. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Here comes Pac-Man.
He read it before, and he will read it again. But let's go ahead and look at Commander Something, who combined things. Under the Brony Show bar, Commander Something has the Toa Goose.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
We have a Toa Goose that is hiding under the Brony Show bar. I'm not sure what he's stealing there. Look, it's my NES and SNES cartridges. I get it. He's stealing my video game cartridges that I keep losing.
Since we found the sailor.
Oh dear.
Good, my goose. Good.
Okay, Commander, that's good.
And right now, Toa just literally rapid post his. I don't even know what's going on here. Oh. So I think Toa might have taken a page out of Superhuman. Megas XLR. No.
Sort of power.
I'm not even giving you
pays attention to.
No, I'm giving you tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. That is not Megas XLR.
No, that's a Super Train Megazord.
I don't know who.
Said, some sort of power thing that people aren't paying attention to.
I don't know who between me and Coldust who should be more offended.
Wait, offended at what?
That he drew a horrible mockery of the Power Train Megazord.
Oh, why should I be?
Because it's a train.
The train Megazord.
That's a train?
Well, it's a Megazord, but it's
made out of trains. Every one of the Zords that season was a train, or at least for that.
For the super form.
It was?
Yep. Not the rainbow one that you think of, Cole.
That's a really shitty version.
I told you!
Totally lost. I mean, props to trying to
There was a Megazord made out of train.
Props, but you probably could have spent a little bit more time actually making it instead of throwing it out. Anyway,
props to the man for trying to get something in at last minute. So, hey, Toa, I'm giving you a thumbs up. Even though I don't get the reference at all. But yeah.
Fair enough.
All I know is that if it got turned into an actual Power Rangers, it's something after SPD, because that's where I kind of stopped paying attention.
No, this was before. This is Light Speed.
Bullshit.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, you know what? No, we're gonna go ahead and move on here. We're gonna move on here before we become the Power Ranger Power Hour here.
We're about to have a nerd fight.
Yes, we are. And as much as I'd like to see that, we have a vaguely story. So, unfortunately, I keep coughing at random times here, so who wants to take over and read the story of Vaguely Creepy?
Let me do it.
Okay, Goldust, go ahead and read the story while we have a Toa Goose here on the screen.
Honk. I'll try my best to not murder. I don't apologize.
Oh,
last minute entry art rated content.
Let him read.
This is by Vaguely Creepy. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon when the relative peace and quiet of the Brony Show bar was interrupted by a sudden cacophony echoing through the vent grates in the walls and floor. Circuit Main immediately looked up from his paperwork and groaned. Damn it, he's at it again! Turning from the table he was working at, he called across the room, Cole! It's your turn to take care. Stopping his cleaning, Coldest immediately groaned back. Aw, come on! Don't make me go back there! He's gross, and he bites, and he's disgusting! Before they could argue further, Tsuki came out of the supply closet he'd been stocking, carrying some kind of homemade device. Nah, it's fine. I got the... he calmly claims as he walked over to the nearest floor vent. Casually flipping the grate, he dropped the machine in and quickly took several steps back, covering his... Fire in the hole! There was a bright flash from the vent before gouts of smoke started wafting out of every grate in the room. For several long seconds, nothing happened until a grizzled, raspy voice began to respond from the same opening Suki had dropped his smoke bomb in, swearing and coughing up a storm. Moments later, the voice owner crawled out into the bar, dressed in tattered overalls and lugging a worn pickaxe. Concern it, hack! Wag up! Yeah, dag. Galoot! You darn near choked me to death with your gall darn contract.
Honestly, the breaking up part makes it more hilarious.
Honestly, it works more. He works because it sounds like to stop in the cough.
Yeah.
Circus, seeing an opportunity to finally be rid of the pest, stepped between the deranged miner and the hole. He crawled out. There, he's out. Block him so he can't get back in. His lungs and eyes finally clearing, the loony digger started waving his pickaxe menacingly at the trio. Malemoniously. I'm sticking to it. I told you no good claim jump. Claim jump environments. This here's my mine. This is a bar, you deranged coot. Now, get out of here before we call the cops. Circuit fired back almost as angrily. Never! The prospector screamed, swinging his pickaxe with an unnatural speed and hooked Circuit's leg. He gave the tool a sharp jerk, yanking it to the ground before leaping over his head and diving back in the air vent like a professional. The last they heard of him was his voice echoing trailing away in the labyrinth of tunnels he dug under the bar. During his who knows how many years down there. Jewels! Gold! More jewels! It's mine! All mine! Coldest watched his chance at a peaceful afternoon fade away, like the remaining smoke in the bar floating out the window. Ow. Heaved a sigh and headed for the supply closet. I'll get that jabbing broom. I can't read.
Well, unfortunately, we can all vote. Yep, Vaguely Creepy wins.
Yeah, no, that was...
Commander
remember,
something.
Ponyman 64 also has one.
Commander something gets a big thumbs up for original concept Toa Goose. Ponyman 64 has a story. Oh yeah, he must have posted that right off the bat here. Yeah. Ponyman, I see it. We're getting that in right now. Ponyman 64 also has a story. Which, wow, we got a lot more writing in this time around. I love you guys.
Another?
Yes.
And another. And another.
Until we're sane again.
And CMC still calls bullshit on the Super Trade Megazord. I even showed him evidence.
I know it exists, but no, it did not make it to the... I do not believe you that it made it to Power Rangers before SPD.
Oh dear world, we're gonna get into this, aren't we? Hold on.
I'm gonna start reading Ponyman's thing.
Okay, go for it, Coldust. No, you're not Coldust.
Closed up the Brony Show bar for the night. A bottle cap dropped, but when Cole looked down, a blue swirling vortex appeared. Holy Toledo, he said. Circuit, come here a minute. Circuit rushed into the room. Is that a portal into hell? That's more Toa. Words. No, said Circuit. I used quantum particles to open an Epstein-Rosen bridge into a parallel dimension. Inside there's a powerful life form which our ancestors would call a demon. Oh, said Cole. So what's that thing? Orange swirling vortex. That's the portal to hell.
There's an epilogue.
Circuit was chatting at the bar when a goose with Toakoi's colors emerged from the hell portal. It honked loudly, interrupting everything. Circuit sighed.
Oh my god! We just got backstory! We just got backstory to Toa Goose!
This was a coincidence, by the way.
I know it's a coincidence, but oh god. Okay. You know what? Everybody but Toa wins. Everybody but Toa wins. No offense, Toa. It's just that you've started us on a freaking chat room controversy on Power Rangers, so you must be punished. But,
fair enough.
I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but it still works so wonderfully well. Commander Something has Toa Goose. Ponyman 64 has the portal to hell that brings out the Toa Goose. Vaguely Creepy has an awesome story with a miner that is golding in under our bar and actually goes on for almost a full page of this. This is amazing. All of this is amazing. Oh, you guys are incredible. I love all of you. Oh, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't choose on this one. I can't. This all works so stupidly well together that there is
a lot of really fun and dumb writing tonight.
Yes,
a lot of it.
This is wonderful. Oh, I love every bit of it. Oh man. So
I'm going to say that I'm going to go out on a limb and say the true loser tonight is Circuit, because Circuit didn't make anything. Glare.
I'm gonna continue drinking my beer now.
I mean,
I didn't make anything either, so I'm also looking there. But
in his case, though, he's got a pretty good excuse with his work, trying to literally kill him.
Well, trying to drag me back to hell. So
that's basically the same thing.
No, Cole, you did make something this week.
That too?
You just didn't post it for this.
Yeah, he did an odd stream for Team Trees.
Oh, cool.
Also,
Yeah,
by
that
the
was
way,
the
he
thing.
was the only clean artist on his stream team.
There's an irony.
that's actually the thing. Yeah. So so there was an artist who goes by Spoopy Gander. Did decide to do a 24-hour art streaming event where there'd be artists streaming all throughout the day to raise money for Team Tree. And I follow this artist, and I saw the post to like sign up for the Discord server to sign up. And I was like, fuck yeah, I've always wanted to take part in a charity stream. So I did. And I didn't despite the fact I follow like nearly everyone who was involved in the stream, I didn't realize how NSSW everything else would be. So here I am just like struggling to draw like safe for work and trying to remember how to draw on a tablet because I've been drawing traditionally for the past month or so that I've been drawing. So so that went swimmingly, but it was good. It was fun, and we managed to raise a lot of money for Team Tree. There was 1,050 something, I think, if I remember correctly. I can't remember the exact numbers, but yeah.
All right.
I also donated because donation is fun. Yay!
Somewhere between 1,050 and 1,080.
All right.
Where the initial goal was 500.
Nice.
It's true, so I think we did pretty all right.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this a little bit because we have gone on this a little long, and I'm sure everybody is excited, eager, and scared of what Therapy Boru tags we're going to bring up. So let's quickly go over next week's challenge. Now, I know people hate this, but no, honestly, I do enjoy a little bit of it during the season, and unfortunately the season is almost ending. Pumpkin Spice. Next week's challenge shall be the last bit of pumpkin spice. This is the last bit for the year. What does that mean? Maybe Cirque decides to convert it over into another beer. The last pumpkin spice beer. Maybe he's hoarding it in a horrible box that he's latching with keychains and stuff so that nobody else can get to it. Maybe he just sprinkles it onto his toast because he's just feeling silly. I don't know. But that's what...
Or it could be the fact that the bar is the last place to have it, and
or maybe
trying to break it down.
Or maybe it's that everybody is trying to fight for the last pumpkin spice that's on the shelves because they know that the inevitability of the peppermint spice and ginger are going to be flooding the shelves as Christmas fast approaches.
Oh, I'm so doing some form of Walking Dead where everyone's trying to get into the bar because we have the last pumpkin spice.
That's a thought too. Anything you want to come up with, last bit of pumpkin spice. Last bit of pumpkin spice. Can I do something? Thank you so much. This is awesome, though. I hope you have a good night. Thank you so much for the awesome art. And that is my challenge of the week. What's the protest initiative challenge?
The protest initiative challenge of this week is 19th century horsepower derricks.
Derricks?
Derricks.
What's a derrick?
Here's a picture. I'm posting in content creation.
If you didn't have an idea, I was just going to open to a random page of the book.
Wait, are you talking about an oil derrick?
No. I'm talking about like a hoist.
Oh.
It's basically like a... In the 19th century, you could power it using a horse walking around.
Okay, yeah, there's the image for everybody. 19th century horse-powered derricks. Remember, this is the Process Initiative Challenge, so you can decide if you want to go through with it or not.
So, it's basically a horse-powered crane?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Interesting.